If you think a nearly $70,000 new car is a symbol of progress, you're seriously mistaken. According to the 2026 Vehicle Dependability Study, infotainment systems are now the worst performing category. 56.7 problems per 100 vehicles. That means for every 2 new cars leaving the dealership, at least one will suffer a software failure or a dead screen within the first 3 years. And you're still making payments on the loan, while the most important system inside the cabin is already starting to fail. We are living in an era that corporations call the peak of technology, but in reality, it's a financial slaughterhouse. In this video, I'm going to expose the traps that manufacturers have deliberately built into your car. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and watch until the end to find out which cars are actually worth buying today. The trap of modern cars. 1. The screen trap. The first trap, and the one you touch every single day, is the screen. Automakers call it minimalism when they put every function into one central display. But in reality, it's a strategy. It's about putting all the eggs in one basket so they can easily charge you when it fails out of warranty. In traditional mechanics, we had a concept called fault isolation. If the climate control knob on a 2003 Ford Crown Victoria 2003 breaks, it costs about $40.15 to fix, and everything else keeps working just fine. But in a modern car, if the touchscreen fails, the entire system can go down. Heating, radio, backup camera, even safety settings can all be disabled, and you're forced to replace the entire control unit at a painful cost. And the biggest enemy of electronics is heat. In the summer, in southern states, cabin temperatures can easily reach 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's when something called delamination begins to happen. On Chrysler and Jeep models from 2017 to 2022, the adhesive between the touchscreen and the LCD panel can melt under heat. It creates blotches that look like liquid trapped inside the screen. The result is ghost touches. The screen starts acting on its own, calling people, changing radio stations, as if something is controlling it. This is what happens when fragile tablet electronics are forced into a harsh automotive environment. Mechanical buttons, on the other hand, can survive hundreds of thousands of presses and decades of temperature swings. A touchscreen? One brutal summer can turn it into scrap. A clear example is the massive 2025 recall by Ford Motor Company and General Motors, where screen failures caused rear-view cameras to go black. So when everything becomes digital, you're not gaining control. But you're stepping into a digital prison, and the key is held by the dealership's service department. 2. The surveillance trap. Here's a hard truth you need to accept. The modern car sitting in your garage is an undercover spy. Since around 2018, most vehicles coming off the production line have been equipped with a built-in cellular modem that never sleeps. Automakers call it a smart connectivity feature. In reality, it's a user data harvesting machine. Have you ever wondered why your insurance premium suddenly went up, even though you didn't have a single accident all year? The answer may be sitting right in your driveway. Companies like General Motors have been exposed for quietly collecting detailed driving data. How often you brake hard, your average speed, even what time you start your car each morning. That data is then sold to brokers like LexisNexis and Verisk. There are documented cases in the US where drivers saw their insurance premiums jump by as much as 21% overnight. Why? Well, because their own car reported behavior that an algorithm labeled as risky. You are essentially paying to be monitored 24/7. Now compare that to the pre-screen cars from the golden era. Those machines ran on pure mechanical principles. No modem, no built-in GPS tracking where you go. Your privacy was protected by a thick layer of steel. 3. The mechanical trap. Under the hood of modern cars, you will no longer find the durability of steel and cast iron. Instead, it's a graveyard of compromises. To meet strict emissions standards and inflated fuel economy numbers on paper, engineers in Detroit and Tokyo have traded long-term durability for short-term gains. The most concerning trend is the rise of small, turbocharged engines. Automakers are forcing a tiny 1.5-liter engine to carry a nearly 2-ton SUV. To make that work, they rely on extremely high boost pressure from a turbocharger. And that's where a deadly mechanical phenomenon comes in. LSPI, low-speed pre-ignition. It can cause premature combustion at low speeds, leading to bent connecting rods or shattered pistons before you even finish paying off the loan. These are disposable engines. Once they fail, the cost to rebuild them can exceed the remaining value of the vehicle. But the real silent killer is the transmission. Let's talk about the CVT, continuously variable transmission. Instead of thick steel gears that can handle hundreds of thousands of miles, a CVT uses a thin metal belt running between two pulleys. If that belt slips or breaks at 70,000 miles, the dealer won't repair it. They'll tell you to replace the entire unit for $5,000 to $7,000. A car that cannot be repaired is a car not worth owning. Automakers want you to believe that older cars are outdated, but the truth is that outdated design is actually your financial armor against the greed of the modern auto industry. The pre-screen loophole, the technology sweet spot. In investing, people are always searching for a sweet spot. It's where the risk is lowest and the return is highest. In the automotive world, that sweet spot existed for a brief period, one that today's automakers would rather erase from your memory. I call it the pre-screen loophole, roughly from 1996 to around 2008. The year 1996 was a major milestone with the mandatory introduction of the OBD2 port in all cars sold in the US. It was the last real gift this industry gave to people who like working on their own cars. With OBD2, you could access the car's brain using an inexpensive scan tool from a local parts store. You could see exactly which spark plug was misfiring, which sensor had failed. Well, it gave you transparency, not the lockdown software that only dealerships can access in a 2026 vehicle. Cars from this golden era had a balance we may never see again. They used electronic fuel injection, EFY, so they could start instantly in cold weather. They had airbags and ABS to protect your family. But most importantly, they were not over-digitized. We're talking about machines with cable-actuated throttle, immediate response, no computer lag, and most importantly, no software failure causing unintended acceleration. Hydraulic transmissions, built to be over-engineered. Using real fluid pressure to shift gears, not fragile metal belts like a CVT, no cellular modem. These cars were truly independent. No GPS tracking, no 5G antenna reporting your driving habits to a data center. Now look at the financial reality. A typical new car today costs the average American around $700 to $900 per month in payments. Meanwhile, a car in the pre-screen loophole can often be bought outright for the cost of just 3 to 4 months of those payments. Even if you spend another $2,000 refreshing the suspension, ball joints, and aging rubber lines, you're still left with a machine that can run for another 10 years with almost no operating cost. And to save you from digging through thousands of used car listings, I've put together a list of analog legends that mechanics still trust today. Cars worth buying, analog legends. First, set aside all the flashy marketing about infinite screens and artificial intelligence. We're going to talk about machines built by real engineers for real drivers. These are not just old cars, they are mechanical assets. One Toyota Camry, 1997 to 2002, and Honda Accord 1997 to 2002. The time-defying machines. Do you know why these Camrys are still everywhere after nearly 30 years? Because they were built during a time when Toyota was obsessed with over-engineering. If you're hunting for one, skip the more complex V6 versions. Focus on the 4-cylinder models, especially Toyota's 5-step FE engine. This is a pure, solid piece of machinery. It doesn't rely on a cheap rubber timing belt that can snap and destroy the valves. Instead, it uses a highly durable timing chain. But paired with that is a 4-speed hydraulic automatic transmission, a masterpiece of simplicity. There's no complex electronic brain to lock itself out. It operates on real hydraulic pressure and thick steel clutch packs. As long as you change the fluid regularly, it will run reliably for an incredibly long time. Even the interior tells the same story. The plastics and door panels were built to handle extreme heat, like the Arizona desert, without cracking or melting like modern cars. Close the door on a 2000 Camry, and it still sounds solid, no rattles, No cheap plastic noise. These are true bulletproof sedans too. Ford Panther platform, the backbone of American industry. If you want a truly American driving experience, strong, spacious, and incredibly solid, nothing beats Ford's Panther platform. We're talking about a legendary trio: Ford Crown Victoria, Mercury Grand Marquis, and Lincoln Town Car. Why did police departments, highway patrol, and taxi fleets rely on these cars for over 3 decades? The answer lies in their backbone. The Panther platform uses body-on-frame construction, the same design found in heavy-duty trucks and even military vehicles. Modern cars use unibody construction, which can deform completely in a serious crash. But with a Crown Victoria, if something happens, you can remove and replace the outer body panels, while the steel ladder frame underneath remains straight and strong. Ford's 4.6-liter modular Vive 8 may not be the most powerful or the fastest, but it is one of the most durable engines ever built. It was designed to handle 24/7 operation. The mechanical components are intentionally overbuilt, so even with less than perfect maintenance, it won't leave you stranded on the road. This is one of the last full-size sedans in the world that you can repair yourself in your own garage with a basic set of hand tools. No specialized computers, no proprietary software. And parts for the Panther platform are so affordable you can find them in almost any local parts store in the US. 3. Chevrolet Silverado, 1999 to 2006/GM Sierra, 1999 to 2006. The peak of Vortec power. For men who need a real working truck, this era of General Motors is the holy grail. The heart of these machines is the V8 Vortec engine, 5.3 liters or 6.0 liters. Among mechanics, these are considered indestructible engines. These trucks come with a very simple electrical system, no complex circuit boards, no overlapping sensors designed to lock you out of your own vehicle. The chassis is built from thick steel, able to withstand years of corrosion and the hardest workloads. Step on the gas, and the V8 responds with a deep, powerful sound. If you want a truck that will still be pulling a trailer 20 years from now without complaint, this is your answer. In contrast, later models introduced AFM, active fuel management. This became the real silent killer. It damages the lifters, causes excessive oil consumption, and leads to costly engine rebuilds, often after just a few years. 4. Dodge Ram 2500, 1994 to 1998. The Cummins 12-valve legend. I can't finish this list without mentioning a true diesel legend, the 5.9-liter Cummins 12-valve engine. Among mechanics, it's known as the million-mile engine, a machine that could survive the apocalypse. What makes it special is its fully mechanical fuel injection system, known as the P-pump. This is pure mechanical engineering at its finest. It doesn't rely on a complex electronic brain. There are no computer-controlled injectors that can fail, and there's absolutely no diesel particulate filter or DEF system, the kind of expensive, failure-prone components found in modern trucks. This is a pure machine. You can run almost anything combustible through it, and it will still pull the truck forward. Once it's running, it doesn't even need electrical power to keep going. If your battery dies out in the middle of nowhere, unless you can bump start it and still make it home. This is the ultimate symbol of independence. These cars don't have 15-inch touchscreens. They can't drive themselves. And they don't report your data to anyone. But they have something modern cars have lost: loyalty. They will start every morning, even 10 or 20 years from now, as long as you give them clean oil and a little respect. Choosing a 20-year-old car is not a step backward. It's a strategic move to reclaim your financial freedom. From a mechanical standpoint, the biggest advantage is transparency. A truly durable car reveals itself through simple, honest signs. A traditional metal key, manual climate control knobs with a firm, precise click, and a gear shifter connected by real mechanical linkage. Not fragile computer commands. When you control the machine, you control your destiny on the road. Stop chasing the illusion of technology and start investing in real value. Owning an analog legend is the best way to say no to corporate control and yes to true peace of mind. Don't forget to subscribe and like if this video helped you avoid the traps of this industry.